Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I would like to share with you a comparison review, and the two brands that I'm going to be comparing are Morphe and Freedom. So Morphe brought out the Jaclyn Hill palette. It was a couple of months ago now and it's only just become available in the UK a week or so ago. I managed to get my hands on this palette, although it will become available again in, well, later on in October. And if you signed up to that original email notification, you will then receive notification on when that palette becomes available for the second time in the UK on Beauty Bay. Now, at the same time that the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette became available in the US, Freedom launched their single, well, it was their second collection of single eyeshadows, but these were slightly different. The original collection had single eyeshadows and they were £2 each, and you can still purchase these and links will be down below. But with the second collection, they came out with packs of 5 eyeshadows for £5. So of course they broke down to £1 each. Now, as soon as these two products became available, I could see the resemblance in shades. So what I wanted to do is, once I got hold of the Jaclyn Hill palette, was to share with you what I thought would be the similarities. And of course what I've done is I've done an eye look. So on this side I've got the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and on this side I've got the Freedom eyeshadows. And if you didn't know, you wouldn't have guessed, would you, that they are different brands, because the eye looks look so similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now share with you the swatches, and of course I will add all of the links down below. So I'm going to share with you the eyeshadows, what I chose, and then I'll share with you the swatches. And I've already swatched them all on my arm and for you. So the first one I went in with, and of course the palettes that are now being sold by Morphe do not have any of the name cards in them, and I struggled a little bit with my original video with my iPad and so forth, and got a little bit confused because I had to enlarge the picture to see it. So I thought this time I would just point out the shades and give you the names excuse me, of the Freedom shades. So the first one that I went with was this, and what I'll do is, if I can find out the names, of course I will list it all below for you. So the first shade is this one here. It's the darkest out of the two neutral shades, so it's that one there, and I added that as the transitional shade there. And when you look at this shade swatched, it looks like this here. Now, the one that I found from Freedom, or the one that I used from Freedom on the other eye, was the Pro Artist Eye Foil HD Matte Bare. So this is the Bare collection, and the shade is Brown Sugar. So it looks like this and swatches like that. So that's the Morphe, that is the Freedom. And you can see that the Freedom one is a lot more, well, it's swatched better. And I know that, you know, swatches, it doesn't really matter, and I do give swatches on my channel because it gives you a colour reference. Not that it's going to be able to tell you whether it's going to work on your eye or not, but you can see that the transitional shade worked so well there. Now we move on to the next shade that I used, and I went in with a matte shade on the first half of the lid. I didn't want to add any shimmer because I knew that I was going to be adding an inner corner highlight, so I didn't want to do that. And the shade that I went in with here is this one here, so it's the lighter out of the two, so it's that one there. And then the one that I used from Freedom was this one, and it's called the Freedom or Pro Artist Eye Foils HD Matte Bare. So it's the Bare collection again in Delicious, and that one looks like that. And the next two swatches look like that. So although they're not exact dupes, they worked exactly the same on the actual eye. So I was really pleased with that. Now I wanted to deepen up the crease or add a little bit of a different tone, and I used this shade here. So it's that one there. You can't see it very well in this light, but it's quite deep, but it's got a burgundy tone to it. It's sort of like a burgundy brown, that kind of shade. And it looked, you know, too dark in the pan, but actually when you swatch it, you'll see in a moment. And then the one from the Freedom collection is the Pro Artist Eye Foils HD, and this is from the Burnt collection, and it's called Intervention, and it looks like that. So from the Jaclyn Hill palette to this, you think it's too light, but it's not at all. They actually swatch like this, but on the eye they translate exactly the same. So those two those two shades work exactly the same on the eye. The next thing that I wanted to do was then deepen up the crease. And to do that, I used this shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and it was this one here. So again, it's brown, and it's still got that undertone of burgundy to it. In the pan, it just looks like a very dark brown colour, but it really does work very, very well on the eye for deepening up the crease, and it matches so well with this eyeshadow. Now this is the one from the original collection, so this one would be £2 each, and it is the Pro Artist HD Refill, that's what they called them from the original collection, eyeshadow matte. So it's a matte eyeshadow, and it was 05, and it looks like that in the pan. Now when you swatch them, they look like this. So that's Morphe, that one is Freedom, but on the eye they work exactly the same, as you can see there. Now of course I wanted to add that inner corner highlight, and the one that I chose from the Jaclyn Hill palette is this one here. So it's the second shade in, so it's that one there. Beautiful. And the one that I chose from Freedom, it's called the Pro Artist Eye Foils HD Metallic 1. So the collection is Metallic 1, and the colour is Under Your Spell. So that one looks like that. Now when I swatched these on my arm, they don't look, you know, you don't think that they're going to be any kind of dupe at all. So that's Morphe, that one is Freedom. There it is. But on the eye, they look exactly the same. They are perfect on the eye. And this is why it's always best, I suppose, to do an eye look with these eyeshadows, because I think we're now you know, very aware that eyeshadows, you know, swatches on the arm are just, you know, for that colour reference, not for how they translate on the eye. And then the very last one, now of course this is what the Morphe palette, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, is so famous for, is that beautiful shade, and I do know the name of this one, and it's called Pool Party, I believe, and it is beautiful. I remember when I watched the YouTube videos of when this palette became available in the US, and when people purchased it from the UK, from the US, this is the shade that they all wanted to try, and I couldn't wait to try that shade myself. But then when Freedom brought theirs out, I did a beautiful green eye look with this, and I put the green on the lid, and I thought, that's when I thought to myself, wow, this could be, you know, a dupe. And the colour that I'm talking about from Freedom is the Pro Artist Eye Foils HD, and it's from the Bright collection, and it's called Bright 1, and the colour is Carefree, and it looks like that. absolutely stunning, and it looks amazing on the lid. But I really wanted to pop this colour underneath the eye today, and these are the swatches there. So this one is Pool Party and this one is Freedom. The Pool Party looks slightly more aqua when you swatch it, and the Freedom eyeshadow has a little bit more green to it, but when you put them on the eye, they look exactly the same. Now, I will do a close-up picture and add that picture to my Instagram, and my Instagram details will be down below if you're interested to look at that. But I think you'll agree that actually looking at my eyes now, you would not know that I've put two different brands on. So Morphe on this side and then Freedom on this side, because they just look exactly the same. So I will list and link everything down below for you if you're interested in that. Of course, I can link the Morphe palette for you, but unfortunately it's out of stock on Beauty Bay. But like I say, it should be available again in October. So if you want news about that, do sign up to their Instagram account. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased about the Freedom range being, you know, it looks, I know that there are slight differences when you swatch it on the arm, but the look on the eye is exactly the same. So I hope you found that helpful. Of course, I would love you to give me a thumbs up if you did find it helpful, or of course if you just want to support me. And if you are a brand new viewer, I would love it. It would really make my day if you subscribed to my channel. And obviously I would love to hear from you as well if you would like to add any messages down below. But thank you so much for watching. Until next time, thank you. Bye.